Sentiments can slide completely under the radar, or they can make your entire card. Let me show you 5 ways to do that. Hey Rylan, do you think this is too blasé?
No, not at all.
Thanks.
Hey Siri, what does blasé mean?
Blasé means.
Hey, it's Carrie at Ink Hill Revival, and I'm all about helping you make more with the card-making resources you have. What do you think the heart of the card is? The sentiment or the imagery? This might be one of those what came first, chicken or the egg kind of questions, but either way, sentiments don't get their turn in the spotlight often enough. I'm going to show you 5 ways to up-level your sentiment die cuts. Literally, they're going to be dimensionally higher than the rest of the card. Plus, they're going to inspire the entire card design. How's that for spotlight? Technique 1, the HiLo sentiment. Yep, I made that name up. I've never seen this technique done before, but let me know if I'm just being oblivious. For this technique, you'll need some type of popped up elements for your sentiment to drape across. You can see here I have dry embossed my leaves, and I am popping them up with fun foam. It's my favorite trick for quick dimension. I'm spreading glue all over the back of my sentiment and laying it across those dimensional leaves. Now the trick here is to let it dry and have enough pressure to adhere well to those leaves, but not so long that the rest of the glue dries. Come back in with scissors and snip around where any letters are overhanging. The pieces you cut free, you'll just press on down to the card base, essentially puzzling your sentiment together with highs and lows. Technique 2, negative space sentiment. I'm using some alpha dyes to cut out my sentiment, but I don't even need the letters. I just want that negative space panel. It's going to create the perfect window for elements to show through. Now I'm using die cuts, but you're welcome to also do stamping or coloring below these sentiment windows. I loved how quickly this card design came together based off of these grassy letters. In fact, all the cards today came together really quickly, quicker than normal, because I was working from a very distinct starting point with each of these 5 sentiment techniques. Technique 3, colorful stacked sentiments. I love this technique. It's fun because it's very meh from straight on and a huge pop of fun from the side. Love a good surprise. All you need for this one is choosing some colors and stacking up your sentiment die cuts with glue. Now I did 2 of each color, but you're welcome to just choose more colors and 1 of each. Are you noticing the color theme running through all these cards? That's something I love to do, is a repeating color palette, especially when I make a batch of cards. For one, it makes the whole design process easier on myself. No need to pick 5 palettes. And secondly, it makes a great gift when you've got a color-coordinated set of cards. Technique 4, Eclipse sentiments. These are fun. They're like an optical illusion. So I've made my own strip of strips from which I'm going to cut my sentiment. I've created my own paper here in the same silver embossing powder, and I've got a video linked for you below if you'd like to check out how to do that. After these letters are cut out, I'll pop them up again with fun foam, quick and easy, and simply inlay them back into their negative space on the card base. Technique 5, stacked heat embossed sentiments. This one's all about that embossing powder. You can make a nice, hefty embellishment out of paper. I'm gluing together a couple layers of this die cut and adhering it temporarily to a strip of cardstock. This makes a nice handle for the process. Now I'm loading it up with sticky embossing ink and pouring over my embossing powder. After melting it with my heat tool, I give it a little bit of time to cool down before repeating the process. Now, you're building up layer upon layer and it starts getting pretty thick and easy to mess up. I smashed my finger into it a couple times, but heat it up again with your heat tool and that'll all smooth over. Continue the process until it's as thick as you'd like. I'm adhering this embellishment to a negative space background that I created using small dies. Let me show you how to do that and other tips for making white on white backgrounds without any background dies over here in this playlist.